All right, let's dive into a true titan of world football, the Italian giants AC Milan. Their story is just packed with legendary triumphs, some pretty dramatic scandals, and this constant, relentless pursuit of greatness. This is the story of the Rossoneri.
You see this crest, and if you're a football fan, you know exactly what it means. It's a symbol of greatness. It stands for a history filled with some of the game's most incredible players and unforgettable moments. But really, their true legacy wasn't just forged in Italy. Oh no, it was built on the biggest stage of them all, Europe.
7. Just let that number sink in. 7 times they've been crowned champions of Europe. In the entire history of the competition, only one club, Real Madrid, has won it more often. This right here, this incredible record, is the very foundation of their legendary status. So, how'd they become European royalty? Well, our journey's going to start at the very beginning, with their fiery origins. We'll track their first taste of glory and the shocking fall that came right after. Then we'll dive into the revolutionary era that basically made them legends. And finally, we'll see how they reclaimed their crown and cemented a legacy that endures to this day. Okay, first up, a devil is born. To really get AC Milan, you have to go all the way back to the start, where the club's entire identity was basically forged in fire.
I mean, listen to this. From the moment the club was created back in 1899, its identity was crystal clear. The English founder Herbert Kilpin laid out this incredibly powerful mission statement. This wasn't just about kicking a ball around, it was about creating this intimidating, unforgettable presence on the pitch.
And that vision is exactly where their famous nickname comes from, I Rossoneri, the red and blacks. It's so much more than just the colors on their jerseys. It's a direct line all the way back to that fiery, devilish identity they were founded on.
The club's first decade was, well, pretty eventful. It was founded by Englishmen, and they found success almost immediately, winning the league in 1901. But a really crucial moment came in 1908. There was this big dispute over signing foreign players, and it actually led to a split in the club. And from that split, their eternal city rivals, Inter, were born. So this foundation really set the stage for their first golden age, which brings us to our second part, the rise to European royalty. And yeah, the shocking fall that came right after.
The 50s and 60s? They were a spectacular time for the club. They were powered by this legendary Swedish trio known as Grey Noli, and they just dominated Italy. But their ambition was bigger. They went on to conquer Europe, winning their first European Cup in '63 and then another one in '69. Milan had officially announced itself as a continental powerhouse.
But just as they reached that pinnacle, their world came crashing down. In 1980, the club was relegated, sent down, for its involvement in the Totonero match-fixing scandal. After fighting their way back up, they were shockingly relegated again just 2 years later. Unbelievable. And even decades later, controversy seemed to follow them with the Calciopoli scandal, though it is important to note a police inquiry did ultimately clear Milan's management of direct involvement. So, just as the club was facing this totally uncertain future, everything changed. And this brings us to probably the most transformative period in their entire history, the Berlusconi Revolution.
You see, by 1986, the club wasn't just struggling, it was literally on the brink of bankruptcy. That's when the entrepreneur Silvio Berlusconi stepped in. He saved them from financial ruin and started investing heavily with one single, audacious goal: to make AC Milan the greatest club in the world.
And what came next were two of the most legendary teams football has ever seen. First, you had Arrigo Sacchi's Immortals, a team whose revolutionary high-pressing attacking football just mesmerized the world. They were followed by Fabio Capello's Invincibles, who were like a fortress of defensive solidity, simply unbreakable. Two totally different styles, both achieving absolute perfection. The Immortals were built around 3 Dutch superstars, Gullit, Van Basten, and Rijkaard. So, how good were they? Well, in 1988, they swept the entire podium for the Ballon d'Or, first, second, and third. This incredible trio led Milan to back-to-back European Cups, a feat no other team would manage to repeat for nearly 30 years.
And then came the Invincibles. I mean, they achieved the impossible, going an entire Serie A season without losing a single game. Their 58-match unbeaten run is still a benchmark, a staggering feat in what was, at the time, the toughest, most defensive league on the planet. And this whole era peaked with what might be their greatest performance ever, a stunning 4-0 demolition of Barcelona's dream team in the '94 Champions League final.
So after the incredible heights of the 90s, the new millennium brought a new challenge, and Milan met it, finding European glory once again, this time led by a former club legend in the dugout, the one and only Carlo Ancelotti.
Ancelotti's era was a real roller coaster in the Champions League. It started with their sixth title in 2003. Then came that infamous 2005 final in Istanbul where they somehow lost to Liverpool after being up 3-0 at halftime. But, the story has the perfect ending. 2 years later, they met Liverpool again in the final and won 2-1, claiming that historic seventh European crown. So after all the triumphs, the scandals, and the revolutions, what's the result? Well, that brings us to our final part, an enduring legacy as a true giant of world football.
The trophy haul is, well, it's just staggering. You've got 19 domestic league titles and a remarkable 7 Champions League crowns. Milan has proven its dominance both at home and abroad, time and time again. This isn't just a collection of silverware. It's a testament to decades of sustained excellence.
And, their impact goes way beyond the pitch. As a founding member of the G14 group of elite clubs, AC Milan isn't just a team. It's a powerful institution. It's still one of the wealthiest and most influential names in all of football.
What a story. It's a tale of incredible peaks and shocking valleys, of devils and immortals, of scandal and redemption. And it leaves us with one final question. In a football landscape that's always changing, what will the next chapter for the legendary Rossoneri look like?